Hi folks, County Line Gardener with you. Hey, this is the second day of June. It's time to do the garden update for June. Last month, May's update, I didn't have anything to show you, but we did it anyway, so we'll go back here. It's amazing what can happen in a month's time. I mean, it's been exactly 30 days since the last video. You can tell it's apparent coming around the corner here. Look at the size of these tomato plants. These are the ones I showed you last month in the raised beds. We built, we built 4 more raised beds. They're just going nuts. They're just going nuts. There's 60 different tomato plants in there. There's some sunflower seeds. Couldn't remember what this is called. There's our strawberries. Now, I've seen a bloom right there. We got some strawberries are blooming. Now here's something I have a question for you. These are my red onions, okay? You notice they're laying down? They got knocked down by a big old storm we had about a month ago. I'm just wondering if they'll be okay if they're still growing. I can't tell. I haven't looked real much. Now here's the question I got. This raised bed, these tomatoes ain't doing worth a flop here. There's 12 plants in there and they ain't doing worth crap. That's compost. We went to the local compost dealer and got some compost, $300 worth, to be honest with you. I had to fill this up with the front end loader. Now look at this one. These tomatoes are running fine. These are Romas here. I think the Roma, and I think this bed is the paste tomatoes. Now here's another bed that didn't do worth squat. Look at the tomatoes in that bed. Tomatoes in that bed, but look at that. That's awful. But anyway, here's my sunflower, my biggest one. Man, them things get big. I never grown sunflower before. It's gonna be fun. Here's a large cherry. Here is a grape, I believe. Yeah, sun sugar. That's the yellow cherry. Here is a Super Sweet 100. Largest tomato plant I ever seen was a Super Sweet 100. I seen it down south, southern Indiana. And it was about 14 feet tall. I'm not kidding you. Here's a grape tomato. I love these. I love these tomatoes. Okay, let's go on down to the blackberries. The blackberries are ripe. We picked them this morning. We picked 10 pounds this morning. People are buying them just as fast as we pick them. We decided that we would pick them instead of letting the public pick them because of insurance reasons. We came down here and trimmed this row out because the storm had blowed not all of them, but a lot of them over in, and you couldn't get through, but we can now. You can see the berries there. Look at all them berries. Oh man, look at the blackberry there. Well, let's just see one of these little ones here. Grab it off of here. Now that's a blackberry. Now I might ought to test that and make sure it's good. Yeah, it's good. Man, is that good. Okay, let's move right along. I'll sit here and eat blackberries all day. The first row is Primark Traveler. Second row, Primark Freedom. Third row is Navajo. Fourth row, Wichita. Starts with a Q. I guess that's how they say it. Fifth row is the Primark Traveler again. Excuse me, Primark Freedom. Of course, the second row and the fifth row are the same. And this last row is the other one, the Primark Traveler. They're doing good. I'm in the old golf cart here. I may have to test another one of these, folks. Anyway, like I said, we picked up 10 pounds this morning. Just look at them. They're all over the place. And this is only 6 rows. We've got 5 more rows up here. Look at them hanging there. I'm going to have to come back and pick some more blackberries. And I love it. I love every minute of it. Okay, I'm trying a little something different here. I'm trying to keep from videotaping my steering wheel on this golf cart. I can't see through the viewfinder. But here you see this first row here. We're in the garden now. Is my onions. Now I didn't weed them. I ain't going to. This is what I had left over from the raised beds. I had a whole row, so I put them in. Next to it there you see cucumbers. There's half the row is Boston pickling cucumbers, and half the row is straight 8, great big ones. So we'll see. Looks like we had a ton of rain yesterday. Man, I bet it rained 4 inches here yesterday. There's my pride and joy. It's my tomato plants. I don't know. I don't recall what they look like in the last video, but they sure didn't look like this. If they was even here, yeah, we had them planted. It would be June the 1st. Yeah, we planted them May 14th, 15th, and 16th. Everything's just going just fine this year. The rain is coming just like we need it. Sometimes a little more than we need, but that's better than not enough. Here's something, the next thing here is my drain. Comes off of this field up here. It just naturally drains down through there, and that's why I leave that grass growing or it'd wash out all my garden. I can plant right here if I want to, or down there on the other side. And there's my pumpkin patch down there. I'll show it to you when we come around that side. Here's my green beans and my weeds. I need to get me a herbicide to put in my rows. If anybody's got any ideas, let me know. The weeds are taking over here, just ruining my green beans. I got 4 rows. These are jade green beans. These are good green beans. Man, they're good. Well, these were planted May the 14th. Well, I waited 1 month and I planted 4 more rows. June the 14th. Actually, I waited till about June the 29th. I don't know, 28th, something like that. About 5-6 weeks. Here's where I spilt some. If you'll recall in the last video, I was trying to plant these with my earthweight planter. Pushed them up this hill, pushed it up this hill to me right here. And I couldn't breathe after that. I had to go get my breathing treatment. But anyway, these last 2 rows were planted with the earthway planter, with me sitting right here where you see me at right now. Check this corn out, folks, compared to it was a month ago. 30 days ago. This is 30 days of growth over that last video. You'll have to go back to the other video to see what I'm talking about. This is nuts. This is nuts. This is crazy. This stuff's grown 2 or 3 feet. This, the sweet corn I grow is Incredible. That's the name of it, Incredible. Might want to write that down, because man, I've tried them all. I've tried candy corn, I've tried Incredible, I've tried them all. You just can't beat it, you can't beat it. The last 6 rows here, my wife likes to grow Indian corn, and I do too. It's a little slower than the other corn. It's usually, yeah, it's always slower. Now, and it's pretty, I love looking at the different colors. We have some ears that are all blue, some ears all red, and they're all mixed up. But here is what I call, well, this is the tomatoes that I had left over from our greenhouse sales. As you can see, There's 24 down through there. 120 in that first tomato patch. That's 144. Here's our 2 rows of peppers. I'm not happy at all with. They're not dying. They've not died, but they might as well because they just ain't growing. They just aren't growing worth a hoot. I don't know what I've done wrong on these. Anybody got any ideas, let me know. I growed them from seed and they did okay. They were awful slow growing as seeds. But I only had 2 rows of them this year. I didn't cut the weeds over here. I'm growing grass here, and that's for so we can get up and down through here for the blackberries. But go on around here, I'll show you something here. Looks like my weed poison's doing a just job around the fence. Now here, if you'll look, I'll try to pan around here a little better. Okay, there's 5 rows of 100 feet. 500 feet of more of blackberries. Now, these all started, well, every single one of these plants, I haven't got a dime in any of them. Not a dime. Let's look at this. Check it out. Uh-oh. I don't have to tell you how good they are. But anyway. I'll show you something here in a minute to see what I'm talking about. These are, each one of these rows is a year different. Almost. Like that middle row, that row over there, that's this year's. That's just the first year for them growing. Now over here, I sold a guy some tomato plants. I've told you this story 100 times probably, and you're probably tired of it, but it's a cool story. And I told him, I don't know how we got to talking about blackberries, but he said, oh, I grow blackberries. I said, great. I said, I'd love to have some. Well, he bought some tomatoes off of me. Look at the blackberries there. They're just turning ripe, just now starting to turn. We were up here last night and we picked and picked and picked. But anyway, bless his heart, he brought me about 5 or 6 blackberry plants he dug up. And if I can find one, I'll show you what I'm talking about. May not here, but I'll show you one. But anyway, all you do is just dig them up. Look at all the blackberries. They're crazy. They're just crazy. My goodness. Well, anyway, here's one. There's one right here. Okay? You dig that up, okay? I use a spade shovel, just a regular shovel. There's a root on the bottom of that that's shaped like a T. Make sure, absolutely sure, when you do it, if you dig it up, that you get that root still hooked. That's got to be hooked to that plant. It's got that T root on it. And I don't know what significance is. I know it won't grow without it. But anyway, that's how you do it. You put it in the ground, and they'll go from there. They'll go from there, and then they'll sprout out. We're going to try to go down through here. I don't know. This is the lower end of the garden. This is where the water all runs. It doesn't look like we're leaving too bad a track here, so we might be okay. We're not down to the worst part yet. These 2 flags represent where the green, or where the sweet corn stops and the Indian corn starts. But man, I can't get over how great some of this corn is. Some of it is. You can see I got weeds in it. Always do. I'm gonna hope I don't get hung up here, folks. So far I'm okay. I'm gonna get through here fast, okay? Let me get through here. There's my green beans. You can see them green bean rows? Folks, them come up in 3 days. They were planted June, around the 25th, 24th of June. Yeah. Man, that soil must have been warm. because they took right off. I've fertilized them. I fertilized everything with triple 12. Now here is what's left from the drain there. I till this up, and I'll tell you why. I'm gonna put me a pumpkin patch in there this year. I will plant my pumpkins July the 4th. That's when you're supposed to do it around here. July the 4th. If you want them right at Halloween. I got a tomato turning up there. I hope it's okay. I hope it ain't been eaten or anything by the birds. Bugs, I'll have to look that up. See which one that is. See how they got the weeds around the base of the plants? Oh, there's one there's a story behind that plant right there. It's not got a a tomato stake. Oh boy. I backed into that with my 4-foot tiller on the back of that John Deere a couple weeks ago, and I caught that. It's a 3/8 rebar. Yeah, it's 3/8 rebar. I caught it in that rototiller and it wound around it, and I had to take it to the shop up here and cut it out. I never did replace that rod, but I will. But it wasn't 10 minutes after that, I went around this way, backed into that fence. I caught the 3 middle rows of fencing, wound it around the rototiller. Had to go back to the shop and fix it. So I almost quit right then, but I didn't. I went back to the shop, got it cleaned out, and come back up and finished it up. When I till the tomato patch, I go this way, and then I go this way, east and west, north and south. And I have to make 2 passes in each row because they're 8 foot apart. Okay, I can see my drainage right there. It's working out real well. Working out real well. I was afraid I'd get a tomato plant caught in it, but it's not. It's going right around. And there should be another one over here. This first row of tomato plants are all bush plants, like Better Bush and Bush Beefsteak and all them. I love them bush plants because they don't get much taller than what they are right now. They're a pretty compact plant, and they do real well too. Well, I'll tell you, my neighbor, he sure keeps a sharp looking place right there. Really keeps it sharp. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some berry trimming this afternoon, as you can see down there. There's the old homestead. That's gonna have to weed some of my onions too, it looks like. I ain't doing it though. I won't do it. We'll see. Well, anyway, let's go through the berry patch again. Oh, excuse me. That storm pushed some of them over. Now, this row here, which is like row 2, won't have too many berries on it yet. They come out at a different time of year. Now see them dead ones? Those have to come out of there. I gotta lop them out of there after fall. Or sometime, I don't know, whenever I get time. There's a sprig that should be replanted. But you don't have to worry about them because there's hundreds and hundreds of them. They're everywhere. There's some more. This is usually where we get the new plants. Is right here. Well, I think this is going to shut her down. I'm done. It's time to mow. My wife likes to mow, so we'll let her do that. And I guess this will conclude the July garden update. I've got some plants here on the back porch, as you can see. I wish I could see through this viewfinder a little better. I wish they'd come up with one. These are peppers, and these are all tomato plants I had left over from the greenhouse, like I told you. That's what I call my New York garden. What I mean by that is that's how they do it. It's people in New York that want a garden, but they don't. All they have is an apartment or a condo or something. They use their balconies, which is basically what that is. So anyway, just a little silliness there, but I'm going to sign off from now. So this is the County Line Gardener saying bye-bye.